Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Help! I've Created a Nomster! With your host, good golly, Miss Dolly! In today's episode, we'll be tackling vegan Christmas concerns, like what to say to that creepy uncle who keeps offering you some of his dubious meat, how to make a Christmas dinner that no odious omnivorous eater could deny was delicious, and how to deal with tricky in-laws in a considerate and calm manner.
Merry Christmas!
Fuck off with your eggy cake! Hello, children, and welcome to Help! I've Created a Nomster. I'm your amiable host, good golly, Miss Dolly, and I'm going to be teaching you some tasty, cruelty-free coping mechanisms to get you and the animals through Christmas alive. Now, much like Mary Poppins, I strive to be practically perfect in every way, and I will captivate you with my charm and skills and then piss off and leave you to your own devices, where you will no doubt drown in an uncontrollable sea of cashews and confusions. But all we can really do is our best, and I'm sure you're not that much of a disappointment, really. And, well, even if you were, there's very little that I could do about it. Let's start with a letter from a fan.
Dear Miss Dolly, this year is the first year that I am hosting Christmas for my mother and father-in-law. As their perfect little angel isn't married to a virgin or millionaire brain surgeon with pedigree bloodlines, I am already a disappointment. And to top it all off, I'm also vegan. What can I serve my cheese-obsessed mother-in-law that doesn't compromise my morals and won't prompt her to cut my brake lines and wheel in Super Sonia to comfort my bereaved husband? She really loves Sonia. And cheese. I once saw her sneak a wheel of it up her nightie after a row with her husband. I don't know what she did with it, but after several hours of squelching noises coming from her bedroom, both the washing machine and dishwasher went on at 4 a.m.
Okay, thank you. I think we get the picture.
Yours gratefully, Terrified in Truro.
Thank you so much for your letter, Terrified. After reading it, I am a little bit alarmed myself. I can't personally relate to your problem, but I do think I've got a solution for your breast milk fetishist of a mother-in-law. Now, every good hostess on Christmas morning gets up long before everyone else and fixes herself the perfect festive breakfast. A nice stiff Bloody Mary. Happy Christmas morning. Happy Christmas morning. Okay, on with the starter. Today we'll be making a delicious baked Camembert out of cashews, so no more must your mother-in-law feel the need to sup from the bovine teat. Now, as sensible vegans, we all know that smashing in the skulls of newborn calves seems a tad extreme just for that perfect melt on a pizza or a piece of toast. But did you know that cashew harvesters are sometimes also treated dreadfully and suffer awful burns? So I always like to make sure that my cashews are fair trade. Thankfully, that big orange supermarket helpfully always has some in stock. Now, you're probably a greedy bastard, and this is Christmas, the time when you're supposed to share all of your things with all of the other greedy bastards in your life. So we're going to make this recipe rather large, just so you don't end up stabbing that grabby bitch of a cousin Amy in the back of the hand with your fork. First, you want to take 2 cups of cashews that you have already soaked. Yes, that's certainly some damp nuts. Let me just tip the water out. Propel 2 cups of your soaked cashews into a high-speed blender. Add in 2 teaspoons of salt, 4 tablespoons of tapioca starch, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, or as the cool kids call it, nooch.
Alright mate, have you got any nooch?
Yeah mate, I've got some straight up in your face nooch or some B12 banger.
Let's see the B12.
And finally, we add in 1.5 cups of water. Just to moisten the whole thing up. Let me tell you, I really do enjoy watching the blender go and thinking about how I'd love to see the patriarchy just smashed into unrecognisable oblivion. And then I adjust my smile and my penny and continue making a dinner for an ungrateful family. Here we go. It's all silky smooth like the facade of a happy existence. Transfer your newly gooed cashews into a saucepan and gently heat until the mixture thickens a little bit. Don't worry if you thicken it too much, it'll still taste divine. But that dragon who spawned your oaf of a husband might notice the texture isn't quite right and shit out a lump of coal into your carefully hung homemade stocking. Have you been preheating your oven this whole time? I hope you have. You're going to need it soon. At 180, obviously, it always is. I bet Sonia preheats her oven. It's probably never bloody off, the stuck-up bitch. Now you've got a thick white goo. Thick goo. Reminds me of my father-in-law when I tried to explain to him why what he's just said is bigoted bullshit. Anyway, pour your thick goo into 2 oven-proof dishes that you've already predictably lined with parchment paper. Yes, in you go, you thick, racist, homophobic bastard. We all know you're tasty, you ignorant Next, we're gonna take some tiny sprigs of rosemary and put them into the top of this little dishy. Yes, in you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then we're gonna take some slithers of garlic and put them into the top of the little dishy as well. In you go. Lovely. This one we're going to top with some crushed black peppercorns and the rind of an unwaxed lemon. This one's my favourite because it's dark and bitter and broken like my soul. Oh, put what you like on it, I don't care. Then just drizzle over some olive oil and put it in the oven for 20 minutes and forget about the bastard thing. Here we have the gorgeous finished result. Doesn't that look nice? Isn't this a perfect way to start your Christmas celebration? Something the whole fucking family can enjoy. I've written the recipe up and put it on the Help I've Created a Nomster website because I didn't have enough shit to do around here. Anyway, join me next time when we'll be answering another fabulous fan's letter. Now piss off. Really hot.